So my name is Esther. This is podcast number. I'm not sure. Today is July 22nd, and it is around 9 a.m. I This video is late by about a week, I believe. It has not been a good month for me. Last week, I got a crown in my tooth right here, so I was not talking for a while, and then I got sick 2 days ago, and I really did not want to film this video today, but I didn't want to have like a span of a month between videos, especially if I'm using this to catalog where I'm at certain projects. So here we are. So in case you haven't noticed, I don't feel very well. I do have a cup of tea right behind me, so hopefully that'll keep me going. I have so much to update and not a lot of energy. So let's just go straight into it. I believe I only have one finished object to update you on, which is a pair of socks. So these are the Freckled Whimsy May 2024 Halloween subscription. It's a 12 color self striping, and I finished them. They do not match, but I don't really care about self striping matching that much, especially if I'm knitting them for me. Well, for me or my husband. I knit these with, I believe, a 16 row 1x1 ribbing, 60 stitches or 60 rows down the leg, heel flap and gusset, 80 down the foot, and then my just regular just toe. I did the heel toe do-si do pattern by the Crazy Stock Lady, and these are 72 stitches. I thought that they would fit my husband. They do not, but they fit me. So I wear a women's 6.5, and I have a pretty wide foot, so 72 stitches works out perfectly for me. My husband, 72 stitches also works for him as well, so it works out perfectly. But yeah, this is my only finished object since the last time I've talked. And yeah, they fit great. It's a little warm to be wearing full length wool socks at the moment. I believe it's supposed to be like mid-90s today, but it's pretty early in the morning, so it might change. Anyway, this is my only finished object, and let's go. Oh, and I believe I used around 70 grams for these pair of socks, so I have 30 grams left over. That's my usual MO for socks, at least. Okay, onto the plethora of whips. So I do have one sock that I did not bring up with me. It's another heel toe do-si do sock pattern. I'm just doing a sock tube, and then I'll cut it in the middle to separate the two socks, and then cut it again for the heels, and then knit the rest of it. It's downstairs in my purse, and I'm not gonna go grab it because I'm low on energy. But yeah, I do have a pair of socks already on the needles. So let's go into the other whips from there. So I have a hat. This is the Robin Beanie by Sari Nordland, and it's as you can see, a top-down 2x2 ribbed hat. So it's 2x2. This is what the crown looks like at the moment. I finished the increases, so that's where the stitch marker is, and now I'm just doing the ribbing in the round on, I believe, a 16-inch circular. This is US Force. Yeah, US Force Tragus These are for my shorty set that I usually use for sleeves, and that set works perfectly for like small objects as well. So like hats, mittens, and of course sleeves and socks if you choose to knit thicker socks. This yarn is Labiana May Wesley in the colorway Labiana May Yellow. And I've never used this base before. It's a very like squishy base. I believe the Wesley yarn is like a mix of multiple different breeds of sheep. Let me see if I can find the label. I usually keep the label close by. Ah, yes. So Wesley worsted by Labiana May. This is the Labiana May Yellow, and the composition is 50% Falkland Corriedale, 25% Falkland Merino, and then 25% Wensleydale. I don't know if you can see those. And this is actually an acquisition. So, two weekends ago, my husband and I went to New York City. My husband went to Pokemon Go Fest, and I went yarn shopping because I'm not that interested in Pokemon. And so I bought this at the Brooklyn General Store. They have a huge selection of Labiana May. And so yeah, this yellow really caught my eye. I love a bright accessory. Even though I don't really think yellow really goes for like my skin tone, but my husband looks great in bright colors, so I'll probably finish this off and give it to him. What's great about having a significant other with a different skin tone as you is that you can buy all the colors that you like in yarn that won't look good on you, but you can give it to him because he looks great in them. So yeah, he looks great in bright colors, so I'll probably knit this up and then give it to him. And then I'll wear it. I mean, it's super cold out. Like it's in the house. It's a household item. So yeah. This is also a really great mindless pattern, especially the increases were not difficult at all. and then obviously you just knit in the round. I find that the starting point for this hat is easier than the muscle burra. The muscle burra is also another like top down hat that starts with kind of like a pinhole in beginning, but this one was just easier. There was more stitches, so so yeah. This is my Robin beanie. I believe it's a beanie and not a hat. I believe. So yeah, loving it. This is currently like my TV knitting object because it's super mindless. My second small whip would be my shawl. This is also from Sara Nordland. I don't remember what it's called, the name of it, but it was the shawl that she released, or like the shawlette that she released, I believe last year. It was like a mystery knit along. And I am knitting this in Coast to Coast Yarn Co. Alpaca Sport in Primrose. I'm forgetting all these things. So Coast to Coast Yarn Co. and Alpaca Sport and Rosehip. And the Alpaca Sport is 65% baby alpaca, 35% non-superwash extra fine merino. And yeah, so this is the label. If you wanted to see that. I don't actually know if what you're seeing is mirror to what I'm doing. I'll find out later. So yeah. This is the Sara Nordland Little Mystery Shawlette. And this pattern is not, it is mindless in that once you understand the motif, you kind of are like, you can read your stitches and be like, okay, this is where I am. However, I am still reading the chart. I am still marking on my pattern, like where I am in the chart. So it's not as mindless as like stockinette. Oh, well, it's not. It's cables. It's not as mindless as other cable projects that I've done before. but it is beautiful. I'm on chart 2 now, so this is, I don't know if I should say that because this was technically a mystery knit along, but this mystery knit along has happened like over a year ago, or a year ago, I think. Maybe this year. Oh my god. I don't know. But this is a beautiful pattern. The red really makes everything super vibrant. And the Alpaca Sport is making this like super drapey, super lightweight. This pattern is written for DK weight gauge. So the Alpaca Sport obviously is sport weight and not DK, but I'm not seeing any problem with my stitch definition. And if my gauge is off, this is a shawlette, so I'm just gonna probably increase, like, extend it or stop early if I need to. But I should have plenty of yarn, so I probably could extend it if I really wanted to. But I don't really see a problem because right now it's like already covering half of my neck. So I just started chart 2. Like I'm on the first row of chart 2, like just started. So I don't see a problem with it being able to wrap around my neck at least twice. I might extend it. I don't know. I haven't decided. This has not been blocked either. So this is just what it looks like off the needles. I am knitting this on the recommended needles, which is a US 4. A lot of my projects are on US 4s right now. That's just how things are. So yeah, that's my second small whip. And then my only other accessory whip is still my half and half triangles wrap. This is something that's going to be long. Like, this is here for the long haul. I'm not in any hurry to finish this because I can't be in a hurry to finish this. This isn't going to be finished in a hurry to begin with. So I am in the middle of a row. I just started my second color, which is like this bright purple. I wanted this to be very like a gradient effect, so the contrast between colors should not be very obvious, but the contrast between the first color and the last color should be pretty stark. So this is a full-on stockinette pattern. I'm knitting this on, again, US 4s. These are the addies, like the square addies. I find that my tension on the square needles versus the round needles is looser, which is nice for accessories, especially like a shawl in which the gauge of the item is not gonna really dictate whether it fits or not. But I do find that my gauge loosens, which is really nice on my hands, especially for like a long-term project. But yeah, I'm knitting this in a super old Yarn Bee Hobby Lobby yarn. I don't even think they carry it anymore. So I think it's like Yarn and Pigments or Thread and Pigments, something like that. And it comes in like a mini set of like 6 colors. And I'm using all 6. So yeah. That is my half and half triangles wrap. This will be here for a very, very long time. And I'm good with that. That's how it's supposed to be. So let's go into garments. So I have 3 garments. The first one that I'll show you is my tessellated vest. Again, this is the project that I finished last year. It did not fit well. I worked to Rhinebeck, so got the picture. But it doesn't fit well. So I ripped it back to the yoke start. The yoke was too shallow. So I ripped it back. I already finished re-knitting the front bits. Now I'm on the back. So I have to finish knitting the back. I have like, let's see, 6 more pattern repeats for the back before I can connect for the shoulders. And then I just have ribbing. And I really should just focus on this and get it off my needles. But I'm just not in the mood to be knitting mosaic color work. It's just not my vibes right now. But yeah, my tessellated is coming along. It's getting there. All the yarn is still the same. I've said it so many times. So if you want to know what that is, just go into previous previous video. My second garment object is my Highland Henley by Tori U, or Tori NYC. It is blocking right now. It's right down there on the ground on my blocking mats. I have not finished it. It's not finished blocking. I finished one sleeve, and so I'm blocking it to see if the sleeve is a good length before I start the next sleeve. I have a wide chest, but my arms, my appendages are very short. So I always, my yoke, my circumference of my yoke, I never have a problem with. I'm always like bang on my yoke. The thing that I have problems measuring in my head are my sleeves and the length of my body. The length of the body is usually dictated based on how much yarn I have left, because I usually do the yoke and then I do both sleeves. Well, I do the collar. So yoke, collar, both sleeves, and then I do the rest of the body based on how much yarn I have left. So I am blocking the sleeve to see if it's a good fit before I start the next sleeve. So yeah, it's blocking. It's right over there. I do have the yarn. Well, I have the yarn labels. I'm using Pure Ghent in 3 different colors. So I'm using Pure Ghent, or Sannisgarn Pure Ghent Tweed in the color 6035, which is the yarn ball that's connected to my sweater. I have the color 3819, which is this color, which is like a bright red, like an orangey fiery red. I think it's it looks a little brighter in camera than it actually does in real life. And then my main color is 2650, which is this one right here. Just like a nice oatmeal-y color. Now the Highland Henley is designed to have either 2 colors or 4 colors, and I'm using 3 colors. And so I am playing a massive game of Yarn Chicken, and I think I'm going to lose, which is fine. That's the risk you get with playing Yarn Chicken on a sweater. So I bought 100 grams of the tweedy blue, which I haven't shown you, 100 grams of the red, and then 300 grams of the oatmeal. And I finished one sleeve, and I still have a second sleeve to do in the body. That red is all I have of the red, and I have about equal amounts of the blue. And then for the oatmeal color, I have the yarn ball that's attached, which is, I started with a full skein. So I have about 150 grams of the main color. I think I'm going to at least need one more 50 grams of the red and the blue. And I might be okay with the oatmeal. But this yarn I bought in DC at Loop in DuPont Circle, DC. So I go to DC pretty frequently, maybe once a month, at least once a quarter. So it's not a problem of going there and buying the yarn. Like if I ran out of my yellow yarn for my hat, that would be a problem, because I got that in New York City. And though Loop does carry Lobby NMA, I'm not sure if they carry the Wensley yarn. So that would be a problem. This is not a problem. But I'm not sure if I should go ahead and buy one more 50 grams of the oatmeal or not. So that is something that future Esther, you need to figure out. I think what I'm going to do is after it finished blocking and I try it on, I think the length of it is perfect, but just to be safe, I'm going to finish the second sleeve because I know I have enough yarn for that. And then I'm going to see how far those contrast colors get me in the body. If it can hit at least my navel in the stripes, I'll be happy. I would want the colors, I would want it to hit mid-high hip. But if it hits my navel, I'm not going to be upset about it. If it hits my navel, I'll start the ribbing and I'll do like a 2-inch rib on my body. And that should hit high hip. Ideally, the stripes would hit high hip and I can do the ribbing until mid hip. That would be ideal. But future Esther, you will see where you end up. You're probably gonna lose a yarn chicken though, but you'll see. So yeah, that is my garment. And then I have 2 garments for gifts. One of them is not here, but that's because I haven't worked on it. It is my mother's house blend cardigan. That is like a long mid-calf cardigan. I haven't worked on it because I've been working on this one. So this is for my husband. His birthday's in September. I knit him a sweater once a year. I try to get it done by his birthday, but that never happens. And I don't foresee that happening again this year. But he's okay with it. This is the single malt. I don't remember his name. I know he's part of Les Garçons, but I can't remember like his name. It's the single malt, and I'm knitting this in stash yarn that I have that my mother-in-law actually bought for me. So like his mom, so that works out perfectly. It's like a family gift within a gift. And yeah, I have finished the collar and I'm on the yoke. My husband's chest circumference is 38 inches, and he prefers like a tighter fitting garment. So I'm knitting size 3, which will give me a 40-inch chest circumference, which is what he likes. He likes like 2 inches of positive ease. That's like his sweet spot. So this is the patterning on the single malt. It is a very intuitive knit. It is not difficult to read or to memorize. I'm still just on the yoke, but if the rest of the pattern is working up as the yoke is, it's going to be a really easy, mindless knit. I also knit this in front of the television. I am also going to lose at Yarn Chicken, and I know this one. I know I'm going to lose at Yarn Chicken. There's no doubt in my mind. The yarn that I'm using is a DK weight acrylic yarn that my mother-in-law got for me. She got me 400 grams of a worsted yarn. 400 grams is not enough to knit a sweater. 400 grams of worsted yarn at least. 400 grams of worsted yarn is not enough to knit me or my husband a sweater. I probably should have used this for like a child's knit, because 400 grams would definitely be enough for that, but I didn't. And my husband really, he looks great, and he wears a lot of neutrals, so this color would work out perfectly in his wardrobe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the yoke, and I'm going to do both sleeves. I know with 400 grams I should have enough yarn to do at least that much, theoretically. And then from there, I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do. I know Knit Picks Brava, I believe, is a worsted acrylic yarn, and they have a color based on online that would look very similar to this. Or I will either order that to finish it off, or I'm thinking about striping in at the body. The problem with the striping is I don't think my husband's gonna like the striping. He doesn't really wear a lot of striped things in general. But if I order the Brava, it is not the same yarn. This yarn my mother-in-law got for me overseas, so there's no way in the possible universe that I'll be able to find this yarn. So if I order the Brava, there is a high chance that it's not going to be an exact match. So I could blend it in, but I don't know how blended that's going to be. So that's something that I have to think about. I need to at least finish the yoke because I know for one thing I am not going to be striping in another color during yoke increases because of a textured pattern. Like, I'm just not going to do that. So I'll finish at least the yoke and then I'll see from there. So yeah, this is the single malt, and it's a great knit. It's beautiful and it's very intuitive. Okay, now let's go into the plethora of acquisitions that I said. Oh, I have one more whip, and then I can go into acquisitions. I'm knitting a dishcloth. It doesn't look like anything because I just started it, and I'm knitting this in. I don't have the yarn band, but it's Lily Sugar and Cream, something. And I'm knitting this on US 8s. And yeah, it's just a dishcloth. It's nothing extraordinary. I like to knit like dishcloth things before the holiday season starts. So I'm just starting a little early. I'm hoping my coughing, well, no, I know my coughing is going to be really annoying when I look back on this video, but I need an update. So, and yeah, so let's go into acquisitions. The first acquisition that I'll briefly talk about is the July Freckled Whimsy Advent, the Halloween Advent. So Freckled Whimsy Halloween Advent. This is, I get it in Serendipity, which is 75/25 superwash merino nylon blend, 4-ply fingering. This is, I believe, 12, yeah, a 12-stripe repeat, and this is called Goblin Party. And I just love the purples. I was originally thinking in July that I was going to switch it to the Christmas Advent, because it's like Christmas in July, you know. But I'm glad I didn't. I love this purple. And I love Halloween. I love Halloween. So, yeah. That is the Freckled Whimsy self-striping. And then we went to New Jersey for a friend gathering. We did the Hot Wings challenge at the friends gathering. It was really fun. Some of those hot sauces are really nice hot sauce, like hot sauces. So, bring a lot of milk. We drank a lot of dairy, and the hosts, the wife, she made like pasta, and like everyone brought something. I think, well, we brought milk. that's what we brought. But like, yeah, it was really fun. But while up there, I went to Joann's, because there's not a Joann's in, oh, that's a lie. There's a small Joann's here in the town I live in, but it doesn't carry yarn. It carries like other things. So we went to the Joann's up in New Jersey. It's huge. And I bought way more than I anticipated, but I'm not upset about it. So let's get into it. I bought another two little skeins of sugar and cream. This was in their clearance. I got the color Summerfield. And again, I plan on making like dishcloths with these. And then the color Mod Blue. So that's what I bought. In camera, this looks brighter than in real life. this is definitely more like of a medium blue, not like a turquoise bright blue. And then this one as well. This is what I got as well. So I got 3 skeins of sugar and cream. I like cotton yarn for crochet patterns and for like household items. So like dishcloths, trivets, like soap holders. I just find that this is super easy, super convenient to like wash. So for household items, I love the 100% cotton. I got this Patons Kroy sock in the color Cadet Colors. This was on clearance too. It's not like on super clearance, but clearance nonetheless. I've never seen this color in person, so. And I do love a blue. They only had 1 skein of this, but I do have the the white like muslin color, muslin. I don't have it on me, so I can't actually read this band. It's literally behind the camera, like over there. But I'm not gonna grab it. But I plan on making a pair of socks with this, and then just supplementing the heel, toes, and cuffs with another color. So 50 grams should be fine. Like I said, socks usually for me takes around 30 grams or 60 grams, give or take. So 50 grams plus something else for the heel, toes, and cuffs works out beautifully. And then I bought a whole bunch of the Eddie Bauer colors. So Eddie Bauer has some yarn in Joann's, which I've seen online but never in person. And when I went in, they were having a sale on it. So I bought some. I bought a multitude of colors. However, the colors are not that surprising, to be honest, for me. So let's see if I can show these all together, because that would be ideal. So I got these 6 colors. Eek. And I plan on knitting like something. One went down. Something in all of these colors together. So, let me show you the color patterning that I think would go well. I dropped one. Let me grab it. Okay. So I got 500 grams of this color, and I think with these 2 colors, I will make a Christoffen cardigan. I'm forgetting all these names. I'm pretty sure I don't have a fever. I think I'm just being forgetful right now. Oh, all of these are the Woolpaca, which is 80% extra fine merino, superwash, 20% alpaca. This colorway that I got 500 grams in is called Cement. And then this color is Lapis. I think that would look beautiful with a sweater together. These are all in DK, by the way. I believe it's all DK. Yeah, DK. And it looks like DK. It's not just like the label being misnamed. Like it feels like a DK. It is wool and alpaca, and you can feel it feels like wool and alpaca. It is a little not scratchy. You can feel, for me, I can feel alpaca. I know some people say alpaca is super soft. To me, it's not the softest. So I can feel the alpaca just like a little bit. But like once my body warms up, I don't really notice it. I do have the windows open, and I don't have the AC running right now. I'm trying to I don't want to run my humidifier, but I'm trying to I'm trying to get some humidity in my body. So yeah. So it's not the best weather conditions for me to be rubbing alpaca into my neck to tell you if it's scratchy or not. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going way off topic. So I plan on using these 2 for a sweater together. And then these 4 colors, I plan on knitting again that pattern from the designer from the Single Malt. I still can't remember his name. Mark? No, I don't think that's right. Anyway, he has like this hat pattern. It has like little bears. It's a colorwork hat, and It's the cutest little hat. And he has like a modification in which you can knit like little bear ears on the top. And I just think that would be so adorable, especially because I have 3 nephews, and I'm that sucker aunt who's like, I'm gonna knit you all matching things. And they're such good kids. They're such good sports. They don't seem to. I don't think they have a problem with that. I hope not. Anyway, I plan on knitting them the matching little bear hats in like these 4 colors. And like I would think I want to make the bears like different colored bears. And like the color scheme for each hat would be different, but the pattern will all be the same. And I think that would just be so adorable. And I have these 4 colors, and I know for a fact that I'm gonna have extra of these too. So like just imagine all 4 of these colors together in like little matching bear hats for kids. I just can't. It'll be so adorable. I'm so excited. Like, I can't tell you. But it's not, I have too many whips to start it. So I need to calm myself down. And honestly, I should probably finish this sweater first to know how much yarn I have left for the hats. Because, as you can see, I'm losing massively in every single project in Yarn Chicken that I could possibly be losing in Yarn Chicken. So I need to do the sweater first before I do the hats, or else I'm going to lose at Yarn Chicken again. I'm not losing at Yarn Chicken in every project. I'm exaggerating. It just feels like I am because 2 of my major projects, I am like really losing. But yeah, the Woolpaca. Oh, I didn't tell you guys the colorways. So this colorway is Alaska Gold. This is a very like camel-y color. The other neutral color is Pumice. I can never pronounce that word because I don't really use that word very often. But yeah, this is a very like beigey color. This darker aquamarine color is Blue Spruce. And then this color is Green Olive. And it's literally olive. These are all pretty accurately named, so no surprise on the coloring. And yeah, I would say if you're curious about it, go and see if your Joann's holds it. I think they might. It was on a discount when I went to buy there, so I don't know if they're like not gonna carry it anymore or like what's happening. But I would, if you think you want to use it, it's a good yarn and it's reasonably affordable. It's a commercial yarn. It's very affordable, and yeah, pretty nice. Okay, and then again we went to New York, so I bought some yarn. I went to 2 places. So I went to Brooklyn General Store, and then I went to Woolen. So at Brooklyn General Store, I got the Wensley, this yellow color, and then 2 other yarns. I have the La Bien Aimée Merino Sport in the color Winterfell. I already had 1 skein of this, and I plan on knitting the Great Gingham Raglan by Jessie Maed. That designer I know the name of. But I had only 1 skein. So when I went back, and I bought that at Brooklyn General Store. So when I went back to New York City, I bought 2 more. So I have enough yarn to not lose at Yarn Chicken for that sweater. And I just love this dark, it's like a super deep navy blue. Like almost bordering black blue. Like, you know, like black blue ink, like the pen ink. That's what this color it really reminds me of. It's like a black blue ink. So yeah, it's beautiful. I love like a super nice tonal. So I got Winterfell. I got 2 more skeins of that. And then I knew that Brooklyn General Store had a custom colorway from Spin Cycle, but I've never seen it in person. And when I went there, they were not advertising. Um, they had out a new pattern. It was a sock pattern. I can't remember the name of the sock pattern. It was a beautiful pattern. But it features spin cycle. So they had on their table like the sock pattern and their spin cycle and what color they think would go great with it, you know. And I I love it. I love this color. So Noctude? That can't be right. Noctude? Anyway, um, I did not realize how many variations of their custom colorway there were. So I got the Noctude, or I got their custom colorway. I think it's pronounced Noctude, but I'm probably extremely wrong. I got 100 grams. So they come in 50 grams. I got 100 grams of their custom colorway, the red variation. And when you go and you see all the variations, they are very distinct. They are very distinct variations. However, I think that those variations, like if you get one of each of those variations, they would look beautiful in like a fade or like one of that shifty pattern by Andrea Mowry that uses like multiple shades of spin cycle. I think it would look beautiful in that pattern. But I just got the red. I got 100 grams of the red. And I think this is going to look beautiful in like a cowl. So I have a pattern, I think it's called the same but different cowl, I think. And I think this will just look great as that contrast color. So yes, that is all I have to show you. Oh no, yeah, that's all I have to show you from Brooklyn General Store. I spent so much money, but it was totally worth it. All of this yarn is so beautiful. I can't even get upset with myself. It was well, I budget my yarn purchases. It was unplanned but budgeted. Does that make sense? So yeah. And then the other yarn store that I went to New York City. So I only was in there for the full day of Sunday. So I only went to the stores that were open on Sunday. So the other store I went to that was within walking was Woolen. These are both stores in Brooklyn, and I think I walked to them. Like I used the metro to Woolen, and then I walked from Woolen to Brooklyn General Store. It's like a walking. Well, I like walking, so I don't know if it's a walking distance for everybody. Anyway, wow, I'm getting really off topic. I got 2 yarns from Woolen. And here they are. Wow, they are really blowing out in the camera. This is Wilmed Verve by Sylvia, and this is a one of a kind. This is the Merino Twist Sock, 80%, 20%, superwash merino nylon blend, and I think these colors are beautiful. Whenever I go into a yarn store that's not my local, like the one that I go to, not my local yarn store, I try to get a yarn that is something I haven't seen before, either from a brand I haven't seen before, or like a blend I haven't seen before. And so I'll go in, and I'll usually ask, where's fingering or DK? Well, I'm an introvert, so usually a store associate comes to me and asks me if I'm looking for anything, and then I tell them I'm looking for fingering or DK. And then they direct me. I go and I browse all of their yarn, and then if I feel comfortable and if they're not busy and it's cool vibes, I'll ask if they have any like local dyers or like special colorways. If they speak to me, if the local dyers or the special colorways speak to me, so like this one, if they speak to me, I'm like, I get that. If I'm like, that's not my vibes today, then I'll go into any yarn that I've never seen before. So this is a brand that I've never seen before. It is not carried at any of the yarn stores that I've been to before. So this is not a New York dyer. I think she's overseas. Like, I don't think she's anywhere close to New York. And so yeah, that's how I got this. This one I think is a New York dyer. It doesn't say. Let me shut up because I don't actually know. This is Tesserae yarn in the Chatham fingering, which is 100% superwash merino, and the melancholy anything but color. Yeah, right here. And this color is super blowing out on camera. I did not realize how blown out a color could be in camera versus in real life. So this is like a melon. This is a melon color. This is like an orange melon color. And on the camera, it looks like it's super bright, like almost fluorescent orange, like highlighter orange color. It is not like that. This is definitely like a melon color. And it's beautiful. And I'm definitely gravitating towards like these colors. So yeah, these are the two colors that I got from Woolen. They're beautiful. I'm so excited. This one's going to be in a shawl of some sort. And this one's is definitely going to be a pair of socks. I'm thinking like a patterned pair because it's just so pretty. So, okay. Now I'm done with yarn. I have so much yarn. So yeah, if you're done with the yarny things, I'm done with the yarny things. So, a brief update on planners. So, I switched my planner system. I just felt like it. Probably doesn't help that I'm not feeling well, so like everything doesn't work right now. I got a Moleskine 18-month planner. It's the weekly planner. I just find that I was not keeping up with all these events that are happening months in advance, and I was just sick of me getting like a notification on my phone being like, you have a dental appointment next week, and I'm like, so I got an 18-month planner for that exact purpose. And it is in a Sojourner folio pocket size, and I believe the Getty leather. So here's their little maker's mark. And I have a traveler's notebook clip, which is holding my pen at the moment, so I have the pen like onto the clip itself. And that's keeping my place for my week. I use them monthly sparingly. So I use this mostly for weeklies. And then when I have an event that pops up, so like my dental appointment, a wedding, I'll go to the actual week that is on and write that down there. So this is my pocket planner. And then I have set up, I still have my standard. So I switched my standard from my Chic Sparrow creme brulee, and then I went into my Speckled Fawns, Toasted Flan standard. I love this leather. This and Rustic Kodiak from Speckled Fawns are my personal favorites. They're squishy, soft. I like leather that is very like floppy. So, and this is set up pretty much the exact same way. So it's nothing new. Let's see what I can show. I still have my Papermate Inkjoy 0.7 in there. Oh, the pen I use for the Moleskine is a Muji black 0.38. The Moleskine paper is not my favorite. Almost everything I use bleeds on it. So I have to go thin and small, like thin pen for the Muji. 0.38 is not my favorite pen either. But this is literal scribbles. Like, it is. I do not care. I could probably use a ballpoint in there. Ballpoint would probably be the only pen that does not bleed, to be honest, on the Moleskine paper. But nonetheless, in my standard, I have a monthly, in this monthly, I do keep events. I haven't been updating it because I've been using the Moleskine. I have a little wallet pouch. I have a grid notebook. And then I have my checkbook register. And then in the back, I keep my agenda, like this belongs to, post stamps, and then a washi card. So yeah. Oh, and my COVID vaccination card is back here. I should probably update that, shouldn't I? Anyway, that's my standard. I haven't been using it for planning because I've been using the Moleskine. I'm really just using this to update my checkbook register. I do still use the checkbook register. That is how I do all my budgeting, is in the standard. And then I set up a personal. I don't know why I set up a personal. I'm not using the personal, but I set it up anyway. This is the Speckled Fawn's Sherlock Holmes? No. Watson? I don't remember. I don't remember this, what cover this is. And I don't remember what yarn it is, or yarn, what leather it is either. I'm a terrible, terrible person for forgetting all these things. It's a Chic Sparrow. It is not, I know it is not Kodiak or Toasted Flan. It doesn't feel like it. Maybe it's Snickerdoodle. Caramel? It's a brown. It's very like stiff. And it holds its structure very well, especially compared to the Toasted Flan. Like this one's like floppy. This one is not floppy at all. And in here, I don't have anything decorative. I have a wallet insert, 3 plain notebooks, and then another like plastic wallet insert. I don't know why I set this up, to be honest. I think I was just bored and fever ridden, and so I set it up. And yeah, these are the 3 I'm using right now. Really, it's just the first one, and then my checkbook register. So yeah, in all browns too. That's not, well, actually, I was about to say that's not common for me, but that actually is pretty common. I like a brown. I like a brown leather. Anyway, that's all I have to update you on. I'm reading Crime and Punishment. It is such a good book. It is lit. Crime and Punishment is a good book. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not reading any nonfiction, which I'm okay with. Like, I'm not in that vibe at the moment. But I'm like looking at my book wall. Like my book wall. I wish I had a book wall. My bookshelf over there. I need to take some medicine. I'm looking at my bookshelf over there, and I'm like, I'm feeling the urge to read a nonfiction again. I haven't decided which one. I don't know if I want to reread something or read something new. But also, I'm looking at The Wager by David Grain, which is like right over there, which is like an eyesight. And I'm like, ooh, that looks really good. So, and then like right next to it is Oppenheimer. I'm like, that looks good too. I don't know. But right now I'm reading Crime and Punishment. It is very good. I mean, it is a classic for a reason. It is not for everybody, I don't think. But you should not knock it till you try it. I never read Crime and Punishment before because I never thought it was like my kind of book. Like I'm definitely not a like in your head dark reader. Like I like fluffy books. So I never read Crime and Punishment. And I guess as I got older, I'm just like more and more into the more morbidness of humanity. It's good. It is good. It's very interesting. Um, it really makes you like think about how you interact. I'm trying not to say anything, but at the same time, I'm like, it's good. It's good. You should read it. It's a good book. Um, yeah, that's what I'm reading. I'm not. I'm not done with it. Obviously, I'm not done with it. But yeah, that is it. That is everything. That is everything that I have to update you on. Hopefully, in 2 weeks, this cough will go away and my brain actually like functions. And yeah, hopefully in 2 weeks I will know if I'm winning or losing at Darn Chicken too. That would be an important feature to notice. But yeah, okay. Oh, I cut my hair. It was really overdue. Um usually I keep it like a little bit longer, but like this time I was like, no, I'm just gonna chop it. I do cut my own hair. I probably should just go into a salon, but like this was like every single haircut I've done is a pretty impromptu decision, and I was just like, my hair is so heavy and breaking, and like dead ends everywhere. So I just went like, and yeah, I I like it. I don't think I did that badly on it. It's not the most even cut, but I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be the evenest cut because I cut it. I'm also thinking like maybe I want bangs. I did have bangs when I was younger, but like then I remember like how much I had to maintain the bangs and like trim them, and I don't want to do that anymore. but but also I'm like, I'm young. Maybe I should. Okay, I need to go. Um, I need to go lay down. Maybe take a decongestant. I'll see myself later. Bye.